Aloha, everybody. This is Brother Sage coming to you from Kauai. This is an exciting opportunity to present something that the world may not have noticed. It's out there right now. It's called MasterPeace. And it's my honor and joy to introduce a friend and now the not only CEO, but the engine behind the drive of MasterPeace. This is Matt Hazen.
Oh, that was pretty nice. Awesome. Brother Sage, I was told that I was supposed to have a plasma party here with you. And I know that you're the P guy from way back, writing books to all these practitioners and stuff. So I brought my plasma. This is isotonic marine plasma. It has 96 of the minerals in the body that we have. It's in the ratio that our human body is in, when it's in perfect shape. So I brought my plasma and hopefully you brought yours. I know yours might be a little bit different color than mine.
I brought ultra filtered blood plasma.
Oh, wow.
Because it does the body good. This is why I consume it.
Mine's just cold filtered. It is harvested in the cleanest waters of the ocean, though. I mean, but yours, you got some pretty clean waters too. But yeah, all right. Well,
environment.
I can't win them all. Let me do a medical disclaimer just before we blow the minds off of every of your listeners, because I think that you got about the best master discerners around to take in something new like this, and this is worth someone's time. So before we start, the information provided is for educational purposes and is not intended as medical advice or a substitute for medical advice of a physician or other qualified healthcare professional. You should not use this information for diagnosing a health or fitness problem or disease, and you should always consult with your doctor or other healthcare professional for medical advice or information about diagnosis and treatment. Thank you. Definitely not an allopathic doctor, and I would never claim to be. All right. So let's talk about what the heck MasterPeace is and where it even came from and why this thing is coming to mankind's support and help and side as such an important part, if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
Awesome. Okay. So I was with Matt Senna, and we had an inspiration that we could create the healthiest formula thing to help people get the forever trapped chemicals out of their body. It was that simple, that thought. We started doing research on tireless research day and night, got a game plan together on what we were going to use. We were going to use the master binders, what it's called, which is zeolite. So we decided we were going to be looking at using zeolite in the formula. And we started trying to figure out how we were going to make it smaller. We were using nano machines that we had bought that were ultrasonicating homogenizers. We were destroying the machines, trying to get it right. And we knew we were in over our heads one day. So I thought, well, I got to do something about this and switch gears. So I thought, where am I going to start? I started calling nanotechnology labs all across America, whoever would answer my calls and listen to me as I told them about what we were trying to accomplish. We ended up coming across Kansas State, who actually touts himself as the #1 nanotechnology lab in America. The chief lab scientist for Kansas State and their chief scientific officer is a gentleman named Michael Coe, and that is our formulator. He is our formulator. He is also our chief scientific officer for MasterPeace. And he is the brain behind why MasterPeace gets so deep and works so well to purify, cleanse, and detox the human body in these unprecedented ways. Across the board, people are getting results that they've never even heard of before. And the reason is because the guy who I literally could debate with anybody on being the expert that understands nanoemulsification, getting things into the deepest recesses of a human body. He's been in nanotechnology for 25 years, and he runs a lab with about $40 million in nano equipment. He liked my mission that I explained to him. He liked the idea of making a formula that was going to go to the deepest parts of the human body. And so he was very motivated, very passionate. He mentored me. We became dear friends. I know, we we would talk on a very personable level several times as he was going through months and months and months of perfecting the process, analyzing, getting the results back, going back in there, doing it again, doing it again, doing it again. Because when you're talking about things that are ingesting into the human body and getting to the deepest parts, you're dealing with a range that is thousands of times smaller than what we can see with our human eye. And the formula and ratios with all of it was key. So Michael Coe eventually got it down so that all of the zeolite that's in MasterPeace is in between 1 and 300 nanometers. And in our formula of isotonic marine plasma that is structured through different vortexes and biophoton infusers, our dark field microscopy analysis, Brother Sage, for any of your listeners, is mind-blowing. The lady who provided the dark field microscopy work has provided videos and analysis of all the different nano zeolite products that are on the market. And it is very clear to her, as her testimony shows, that our product looks a lot better. It has much more zeolite in it at the nano range, and the marine plasma that's in it, the minerals literally look like shining stars. They're so pretty. And that's when they're charged in its healthy minerals. The idea with dark field microscopy analysis being what it is, the best tool that we have available to observe or visually inspect something that is at the smallest levels that's alive, like live blood analysis is done with it. And whenever you're trying to see something move and operate, I guess you would say, right, in its normal conditions, you want to look at things that are alive and in their natural environment if you want to see what they are, right? So that is the best tool that we have. And she's been doing dark field microscopy over 20 years. She definitely has been instrumental, and her analysis has been, at least, of putting the previous companies that she's helped out with analysis on the map, and with how good her analysis is and showing. And she is mind blown at MasterPeace. Her new Zoom call whenever she does Zoom call meetings, her background is a picture of MasterPeace underneath dark field microscopy. And she is very much taken back. So we have nanosite analysis, which is also a real state-of-the-art form of analysis to show particle range, showing that our particle range is just of the perfect size to be able to go anywhere in the body, but yet all the sizes underneath that threshold, which is 300 nanometers and smaller. Almost all of our formula is right here. And that's a lot of different particle sizes at that range that will go as deep as the human body to retrieve them. And if it wasn't for Michael Coe being exactly who he is and having the ability to use the equipment freely and get us back the results, we couldn't have gotten 150 steps to where we are. What's really funny is the first thing he knew to do when I told him everything is he said, well, who's doing this right now? And I told him the big companies that are out there, and everybody's familiar with those. I'm sure. I don't want to name names. I don't need to. But the big ones. And he said, well, get me a bottle of theirs because I need to reverse engineer. I need to see what's in there, the preservatives, if the water's structured or not, zeolite, how much zeolite is in there. So the very first thing we did before we even started building our formula is we started at the best. What was the previous best was MasterPeace's starting point. From there, it's been finessed, improved upon so many countless times. It would take a 10-hour show to actually, explain that all. But I think that's important. So the last thing I'm going to touch on right here, Brother Sage, because I just went on a good rant, is that literally, because it's important for people to understand why something this big is actually here, like how it came here, right? And I will say that all the intention that each individual person had in MasterPeace was being in the gestation period, and as it was coming to life, every last bit of the intention is the purest intention to operate on behalf of the highest good of humanity, We were wanting to make a product. Every decision that we made, we would test with kinesiology and see which one's going to have a higher level of consciousness for the planet. So whatever the quantum biofeedback device or the muscle expert that was giving which we've used world-class ones, by the way, that were giving us feedback, we made our next decision based on what was going to be best for humanity every last step of the way. And now we're here. And the results speak for themselves. Results matter. At the end of the day, if something's the real deal, it's going to do more talking than walking. And that's what MasterPeace is. I definitely, I'm such a big fan of the work that you do, your attitude behind helping humanity and what you actually stand for. It's rare and it's real. And people that listen to people like you can handle something this great. And that's why that's why I definitely want to have you as one of the first people to do the show. So I'm just going to let you know my selfish intentions with hounding you the way I did.
Hey, can you go and explain how the magnetic charge between the zeolite and the trapped forever chemicals relate to each other and how it's able to trap them and eliminate them? Why MasterPeace doesn't have the Herxheimer or die-off effect that the other zeolites are complaining about?
Are known for, notorious for. Yes. So original zeolite formulas were essentially zeolite with water. Okay. So what zeolite is a natural mineral, which happens when lava and seawater mix. Then the longer it mixes over a period of millions of years, a lot of times, the higher the negative charge gets. Why does that matter? When you take zeolite into your body, you are 99% water molecules. Zeolite is what's called the master binder, the master cleaner. It's used in your refinery processes. When a big refinery with an ugly smokestack goes and they have the lake outside of it that they dump their stuff into so that they don't have to take their biohazardous material off site, which costs more money than any refinery pays. What do they put in that lake to protect it? Zeolite. When you have a swimming pool and you got to clean it from heavy metals, what do they use? Zeolite. Zeolite's been used forever. Where is the cleanest ocean water? Ocean water is good, bad, and ugly. All the plants, all the animals, all of it. It basically looks, if you test good quality seawater, it looks almost exactly like a human molecular composition. Where is the cleanest human molecular composition seawater at in the world? Always at zeolite beds. So it has, rightfully so, the name magic binder. It binds to poisons and toxins. The reason is because zeolite is indigestible. So when you take it in your body, no matter what size or formula it's in, it's never digestible. And it has a negative charge. Everything bad that is broadly termed forever chemicals, which is heavy metals, heavy metal toxicity. People hear about nanometals, microplastics, PFAs, all this bad stuff that's from this environmental pollution. All of it has one thing in common. It has a positive charge to it. Zeolite is the strongest negative charge. So the opposite, so you know how that works. Opposites attract, right? So it's the strongest negative charged particle that we can find in nature. And it's indigestible, which means it goes in, whatever sticks to it, the bad stuff, and then you expel it in 4 to 6 hours. Now, when you take the zeolite down to the perfect size, because you have I could definitely say the best guy in the world to know this stuff. The information I know now because of him, you can't get anywhere in a Google search or anything like that. So he is the one that gets full credit, rightfully so, for getting this particle size of this zeolite down to this perfect range so it can go anywhere in the body, bind to the toxins and get out. And then what do we replace it with? Not pee, but something pretty similar. It's very healthy, at least. I shouldn't say similar, it'd probably freak people out, but it is marine plasma that is harvested in the cleanest waters that is testable on Earth. And they literally take in the sea a harvester. Not too far beneath it is it's plankton dense. So it's real nutrient dense seawater. And then it's underneath a vortex. So you literally are getting structured sea plasma that has 96 minerals and is nutrient dense. Then we structure it some more, like 3 or 4 more times. There's a lot of processes on that side of it that I'm not going to get into, but make it extra effective. And the results speak for themselves.
Now, didn't they once change out the plasma in a dog to show that it's the same composition as blood?
Well, they did it to more than one dog. Yeah. And if anybody wants to go to oceanplasma.org, and read about this. So transfusions, blood transfusions are scary things. Anybody that's ever had a blood transfusion, I've never met one yet that'll do another one, because the way it just changes them, right? And freaks them out and spooks them. So this is what they did, and you'll read about it on oceanplasma.org and a bunch of other things to talk about the regenerative qualities and what it actually does. But they let the blood out of these stray dogs all the way out, and then they put in isotonic marine plasma, and the dogs get up and have more vitality than they've had before. And then in 4 days, when they test their blood, this isotonic marine plasma has completely switched back where it shows blood, and they're upgraded in all ways that you can visually inspect the well-being of the dog, how that dog feels and acts and what it is, right? So we thought, that sounds like something we need to put in ours. So the only part of the formula that has been tampered with or affected or done in any kind of process is the zeolite, to get it minimized or made smaller, or what they call fractionated, down to the perfect size to go in everywhere in the body. The marine plasma, and which is the rest of it, that is just structured and embedded with some fancy quantum things that a lot of people aren't familiar with, but give it the extra oomph. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the extra energetics that was also put in the formula.
Yeah, and what we end up having is something that is creating results that are off the charts, that are unprecedented. And with that, making the decision on every level that we have to have something the best for humanity, the number one thing is it's got to be affordable to humanity. So if you take a look at the other nano zeolite companies out there that have any type of formula, which is but if they can put themselves as a nutraceutical, we are less money than them. So for less than $1 a day, you have a formula that packs a punch, that has anywhere from, now we reverse engineered the top 3 companies. So we're about 6 to 15 times more zeolite than theirs at a better range. But we are, instead of water and preservatives, which is what they use, one company doesn't use any preservatives, but 2 of them do. We don't have preservatives. We have isotonic marine plasma that's structured and perfect size zeolite. That's
right,
it.
and some of them have synthetic zeolite.
Well, there's one that uses synthetic zeolite, and that's super bad news. But yeah, that's, it's not natural, and it doesn't help naturally the person. And yeah, so if you want the most effective one by far, kinesiology experts will actually verify this, but as a food and nutritional supplement, it does test out with everyone we've talked to, several, because several has backed this. I've said this a time or two. We come out as the strongest food and nutritional supplement that they tested. Yeah, as long as they're going by the David Hawkins level of consciousness charts, that's what they'll find. And I think that has a whole lot to do with the intention behind it, because intention and consciousness is everything. Like our true intention in the core. If that isn't there for something, then that thing isn't as good. And I don't think products have ever been built with this type of pure intentions to answer the call out for a huge problem that mankind can't take care of themselves. There's no lifestyle habit or workout regimen. You can't drink enough pee or anything to get out these trapped forever chemicals. So this gets those out, specifically designed to do that, so that our bodies can do all its natural functioning that it should naturally be able to do real well. And you will feel better, you will sleep better, You will wake up feeling better. You will wake up feeling more rested. You will be more present. Things won't bother you as bad. And you will just notice that everything is just kind of better. Everything that you think is your well-being improves to some degree, maybe a little bit, maybe all the way. Maybe you got something you've had your whole life and it just magically goes away. That happens nonstop. I don't know if that's MasterPeace. I don't know what else they're taking in their lives, but across the board, people are blown away by this. And, you know, that's why I wanted to get you on this call, because I want your people to really hear about it. And you know, we got to get this out to humanity. That's what it was for.
I want to acknowledge you for a brilliant strategy of adding the affiliate program, because the word of mouth is starting to spread pretty quickly. And to be able to have people who have already had their direct experience, they know what the heck they got, and they want to get the word out. That's going to build, it's building already a huge team out there that's helping the human consciousness support company get the word out a lot faster. So kudos on that move.
Yeah, it is. The people, when you have something healthy for the world, you're not going to get help by the system. You're not going to be you're not going to be able to take it to market. You can't, this isn't going to make a Walmart shelf somewhere or anything like that. They're not, this prevents so many of the other products from debilitating our health. And, you know, you don't get much support and backing from when you have a nutraceutical product like this, a holistics type of supplement. You're not going to get a normal investor involved, because if you don't have something that they can take to market and get big, they're out. They only care about money. So the way we got to get this out is by compensating people the best. It has a 30% affiliate compensation part of it, structure to it. So anybody that signs up gets an affiliate number. There's no type of monthly fees, obligations, or anything like that anybody needs to worry about. You sign up. If you never use it, then it just nothing ever happens. There's nothing that I just signed my life away. No, you got to sign up so that you can order a bottle. You automatically get an affiliate link. And if someone takes your affiliate link and signs up and buys a bottle, you are stuck with the 25% commission. Now, if they give out their affiliate link, then you're stuck with the 5% commission. So it's a 25% first tier, 5% second tier, which is 30%, which is higher than any company I've heard of that has anything to do with purification, zeolite, any of that stuff. Anything that does anything remotely to what we do, which is take care of the forever chemicals on a micro level inside of the body, is nowhere near set up like this. And that's meant because people, when they're ushering out something like this, that is really going to improve someone's health and well-being like this, and you're really helping to upgrade the human consciousness, you should probably be getting compensated the very highest, because that's kind of how it works, right? You know, or it should work that way in our planet. It doesn't too often work, right?
Well, I think it was, like I said, it was a good move, because a product like this needs a voice. If you sit, I've been into health nutrition over 35 years, and I worked in a lot of health food stores, and the products don't sell. They have no voice. They have no education around them. So people see them on the shelf, or you got some uneducated nutritional guy who's standing in the area trying to explain something. And the affiliates, they can explain it a lot better than the store shelves can. So
right. That's right. As you know, you're totally right. We're not relying on fancy advertisements and all that kind of stuff. Something that goes to a shelf somewhere. You know, if you go buy that product and you like it, you tell your mom about it maybe, and she goes down and buys it. You don't get to call GNC or Walmart and say, hey, I loved it. I got this person to buy it. Can you think you can give me my 25% commission for that? You know, that's not the way that world works. That world works off of scheming, making advertisements that catch someone. And what we are relying on is people's experience, their results, and them understanding how much it's benefiting them, and them wanting to naturally, we're human beings, we naturally do want to help mankind. If it's no skin off of our back, or some people are good enough that if there's a lot of skin off their back, but if it doesn't hurt them too much, we tend to want to help people and be there. So this is set up so that everybody can benefit in every way possible as we watch what this thing does around the world for everybody.
Well, I'm very excited to be part of it. I've been part of this team for a couple of months, and yeah, I've been putting down my water, my plasma, and sometimes I mix the two plasmas together to give it a twice as much kick. And so, oh, you've got yours right there.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting out, we're talking it up. We're bringing people over to MasterPeace. Now, a lot of the other detox products out there, they don't go as deep. They don't address the issue. So the people doing juices, the people doing the parasite cleanses, the people doing all these detox programs, they're not as effective. But this seems to have the punch that people have been waiting for.
Yeah, yeah. The environmental pollution levels is exponentially rising. And so the things that used to work for great for us, like the different types of modalities that aren't real common, and the juice fasting and just all that stuff that used to be enough for everybody simply isn't enough anymore. And so this will get you caught back up for sure. So let's do this if you want, Brother Sage, so that people don't have to watch for an hour and a half and everything. I think this is a lot for most people to unpack, getting to see this for the first time. If you can make it super easy on your description, just so that someone can just copy your affiliate link, because they need it in order to actually sign up. But if you have your link there and they can copy it and then go right to the website, it's $52.99, so it's less cost than what they're used to if they've done other nano zeolites. They're going to be blown, let them try it for themselves and come back with their experience. And let's get the right people started on this so that we can do our job with getting this out. Yeah, if anybody out there that because everybody, anybody that is an influencer, podcaster, if you actually have it in your heart where you're trying to have the very best things, promote them, help surround MasterPeace and help steward this out to humanity. We like to do shows so that we can get this information out in a palatable form so that people can know where to get it when they're ready. So
when you're saying shows, you're talking about like this kind of show or something at a
or bigger, or everything. You guys, you got a real devoted following. You got a very loyal following that are very intelligent and stuff. So when you're looking at this higher echelon of consciousness people that know this kind of stuff, there's not quite as many of them as there is people like this down here, right? So there's a lot more people that still need to wake up and whatnot. But if someone is an alternative medicine practitioner out there or influencer, they probably want to be able to support things that overly support them. We have the best affiliate program, but you'd be providing to your audience the very best, healthiest thing they've probably ever put in their body. So that's a good thing too. So yeah, we definitely are seeking out those people too. So,
well, like the zeolite, we have an attractive power between you and all the teams that have been forming so far. So we're building it. They're coming.
That's right. We got 400 people signed up the first month, a whole herd of people that have very informed about this kind of stuff. And people are, I hear testimonies all day that my new world that I live in is people experiencing miraculous results and improvements in their health. And I'm used to it, and it's getting, and I will never get too used to it. So
nice. And you're collecting testimonials for people who are asking for those?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
The last two people that I signed up, their numbers were 555 and 556. So your probably numbers are a lot higher by now.
We started off at 162.
Oh, cool. I'm 182. That's pretty close to the beginning.
Awesome. All right, Brother Sage, thank you so much for doing this and getting the word out the best that you can. And we'll come back on. Let's take a month and see, let a month pass, and then let's come back together and do another one of these.
Okay, one thing that I want to do, and I did it with urine therapy in Boulder, was to take it offline and get it down to the streets where people would miss it, for like the older generation who doesn't go on the internet, or they're intimidated by cell phones. So I was thinking either hosting a table or going around with little 3x5 cards and just passing them out to people at random.
Yep.
There's always something you can do.
Yeah, that's right. Depending on the amount of energy and passion you have to help people, and you seem to have an endless amount. How old are you again? Is it okay to say?
Yeah, 69 going on forever.
You're 69 years old. How tall are you?
6'4".
You're a freak of nature then. Okay, what else?
Texas. We're growing tall in Texas.
Jeez, man. You got more hair than I had at 15 years old. Holy cow. All right.
And I've been wellness practitioner since 1979. So this has been my lifestyle.
I believe.
And the folks the folks that I consult people all across the planet. The ones that are going, I'm sick, I don't seem to have the energy, and whatever their complaints are. Once they understand how to bring together mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, they can design a wellness practice that'll carry them for a much longer life than they ever thought was possible. And now with MasterPeace, that's even better. It's a new form of insurance.
Awesome. That's so true. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Brother Sage, we'll keep this one short and see how it goes. Thank you so much, though, for everything you're about. Seriously.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be joined like this. This is awesome.
We are undeniably experiencing a world health decline like never before. Poisons everywhere are resulting in toxic overload on every level. In recent decades, a new source has compounded the problem. PFAs, commonly known as forever chemicals, don't break down. And among the worst of these are microscopic heavy metals that accumulate in our bodies and stay there. The safe exposure level to PFAs is 0. Yet we are bombarded daily. The negative health effects from these modern-day assaults is catastrophic. And for most of us, there isn't enough time in the day to sort through propaganda and misinformation to uncover the real reasons for declining health, like poor sleep quality, declining cognitive function, or plummeting energy levels. Yet our physical and emotional health deserve the best support available. Meet MasterPeace, a formula specifically designed to support your body in cleansing out these unavoidable microscopic toxins, enabling you to thrive and become the best version of yourself. For less than $1 a day, MasterPeace provides an effective defense and offense, preventing new exposures from taking hold while cleansing out accumulated debris, which leads to disease. All this while putting your body in a more nourished state. Finally, a product up to the task of clearing out these blockages to your own body's healing abilities. MasterPeace is a crucially important investment in your health and is available to you today. Use the referral link of the person who told you about MasterPeace to set up an account to get started on your journey to better health and healing.